All right, we are in Automobilista 2, and we are driving an F3 race at Laguna Seca. I actually did quali at this track and got pole. So let's see if I can hold on to it and not mess things up and drive a good race. Chances are not good. This turn is the centerpiece of Laguna Seca, the Corkscrew. If you've never been to the track, you owe it to yourself to check out some of the different places you can sit to watch traffic come through there. And if you get a chance to ride around the track, even on parade laps, that turn is absolutely spectacular. You feel your stomach just drop out from under you. It's pretty phenomenal. Can't say that there are many turns or any turns that rival it in the world. Driven this track in real life in open wheelers. And it is significantly more scary in real life than it is in sim. Especially if you miss the corkscrew. Go off down here somewhere. One of those tracks that there are a lot of places that require a lot of commitment to be fast, but runoff is pretty nasty. You get stuck out there in that gravel that's set up for motorcycles. Adding motorcycle racing here, they needed to do more safe places around the track to stop riders from like going on forever. And in so doing, when the wind picks up here, that sand gets on the surface, makes it really slippery. Hard on tires too. This weather, very, very accurate to Monterey. I don't know that I've spent too many sunny days at this track. while I did turn up the AI for this race, from the mini race that I did previously, yesterday actually, still need to crank it up a little bit more, I think. I don't want to go too far because I want to have fun, but I also don't want to just dominate, and I am kind of dominating here, and I'm not pushing that hard right now. Trying to keep it on the island. I think this is a problem with most AI and most games, is that you get up over, or you get past them and get a certain distance away from them, and they kind of give up. They stop chasing you, and so they slow down to just sort of a pack pace. iRacing adaptive AI, sometimes cars that are behind you, even if you've dominated them early in the race, they will sneak up on you and try to take back positions. Waiting for week 13 madness to subside, and then I will a couple of series in iRacing and start doing some iRacing again. Maybe some open wheel stuff, because I've never actually done much in Formula in iRacing. And I like the Dallara F3 a lot. I like the F4 fine as well, but I don't like the lobbies. The people that tend to drive in that are a little bit more reckless than I like. My first really decent lap. Be flirting with that outside too much, you catch that with your rear tire and you're going for a ride. Not a fun ride. Good lap, and then I have a really bad lap, so at least I've got a balanced drive going for me. A little bit of lock up there. Third there. Seriously, I've never been to Laguna Seca where it hasn't looked like this. It's just kind of funny. Always kind of overcast, foggy. Maybe once or twice. But it's rare. Last time I was at this track was for Rennsport 7. And it was cold and rainy for most of the days of Rennsport. Which is not fun if you're a spectator at a track. Because getting comfortable once you get wet is very, very difficult. I booked an Airbnb for that trip, and the lady, when I booked it, didn't recognize that it was a track event weekend, because they usually gouge folks that come in, try to maximize the amount of money that they make on those race event days. She didn't recognize it as an event day because I booked so early. Later, she tried to renegotiate with me, saying she didn't realize it was an event weekend and she could get a lot more for the place, and so she wanted to charge me more. And I'm like, nope, we did the agreement and it's done. I'm locked in at the price it was locked in at. Not sure if she had recourse to fight me or to make the spot unavailable and then magically make it re-available again. I don't know how much trouble she would have gotten into in that, but to her credit, she did not do any of that. She let me have the place for what we originally negotiated. And it was a nice stay. It was like a little farm, kind of, in a little house near the horses. Really close to the track. Kind of lost my pace here. minutes left. About 3 laps, maybe? Time there. On that one. Last lap. Double pumped my downshift, cost me some time there. last lap to miss every turn. It's okay as long as I keep it on the island and don't let anybody catch me. It's good for a win. Maybe that wasn't the last lap. Time plus 1 lap, so I thought that the timer was at 0 when I crossed the line last time, but maybe not. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So, fastest lap was a 1:23.723. Looks like some of the other faster guys got bested by cars that just stayed on the track pretty well. So, second place finished 11.7 seconds behind me. And looks like the full spread was about 30 seconds. So, not so horrible. I think there's still some adjustment to do with the AI. So I kind of drove away from them again here despite some adjustments. So, that is what it is. I do hope that you've enjoyed this as much as I did, and I thank you for coming along for the ride. And I hope you join me for the next one. I know.
Spaß machen Rennsport.